Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic through and through. We want to welcome you to this platform here today, regardless of what your addiction may be. You're absolutely welcome here. We support your pathway to recovery. And whichever pathway it is that you choose, we are here to help, and we definitely want to make sure that it works for you. Yesterday, we had a Q&A crosstalk Q&A session yesterday at a 28-day rehab facility that we go to weekly, and we do it every Saturday. And 2 Saturdays ago now, I remember I sent a text saying, hey, I won't be there next Saturday. You guys know what needs to be done. You guys know when to do it, when not to do it. You guys know what works, what doesn't work. It's time for me to step away. And I did that for 2 reasons. One, I remember back to what Bill Wilson wrote in the Big Book, Chapter 5, when he talks about the guy playing the actor, the director, the lighting coordinator, the stunt man, all these different parts, right? And then 2, I remember thinking that, this whole program, this whole effort is designed to foster growth and development, not only in the clients, but also in us, right? So if I can't be there, and I can't be there and expect other people to step up and take charge, step out of their comfort zone, right? And so I said, I'm not going to be there, and it's time for you guys to step up and take charge. And by all accounts, it sounds like they kicked ass and took names, and I'm so proud of them. I'm really, really proud of them. Eric led the charge yesterday. He did an awesome job. So I did meet up with the guys like I normally do after the meeting, after the meeting. At the Waffle House of all places, yeah, go figure. And what we typically do there is we sit down and do a postmortem. We talk about, okay, what worked in this meeting, what didn't work. Are there any clients that we really need to pay attention to and try to hone in on a little bit more, things like that. And so we're sitting there doing our postmortem, and I looked, and half of the fucking Waffle House is filled up with us, and we're all spread out, and Josh, my sponsor, he comes up and he says, hey, we probably need to find a place where we can all sit around in a big group and talk. And I was like, yeah, it sounds like a great idea, Josh. How about the mall? The public mall, the busiest shopping day of the year, the last full Saturday before Christmas. Let's go to the mall. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I don't know why I even said that. My sponsor, being my sponsor, says, all right. So we finished eating, we all started slowly migrating over to the mall, and we walk into the mall, and lo and behold, it's like divine intervention. Was it odd or was it God, right? A divine intervention. There just happens to be an empty stage set up in the middle of this mall with all these empty chairs set up around the stage. What better place to have a meeting, right? So next thing you know, this conversation at the Waffle House just organically, flows and into this segue over into the busiest shopping day of the year for this mall in West Virginia. And there happens to be an empty stage and a bunch of seats. And so next thing you know, we're all sitting around just talking, just having a good old-fashioned AA meeting right in the middle of a fucking mall. Who says you can't have a meeting anywhere, right? It was like God ordained this meeting, I swear to God. But anyway, Josh chased down this guy, and he got him to take a picture of us. And I was looking at the picture, and we posted it out there. I'll post it in the comments again. It says, page 17 of the Big Book. I was thinking about this when I was looking at that picture. Bill writes, we are people who normally would not mix, but there exists among us a fellowship, a friendliness, and an understanding which is indescribably wonderful. Man, if that doesn't hit the nail on the head. He goes on to say, the feeling of having shared a common peril is one element in the powerful cement which binds us. What's the other element? The common peril is one element. What's the other? The common solution. And I was thinking about that, last night whenever I got home. Josh and I were walking out of the mall, and we were talking. I was telling him how, 2.5 years ago, I walked through that same mall, and I just couldn't understand why people were so damn happy. I mean, yeah, it's Christmas and all that, but are they really that fucking happy? And I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. And the reason why is because I wasn't happy with me. I didn't have friends. I didn't have acquaintances. Sure, I had friends when I was drinking before I got sober. Absolutely, I had friends, but I kept them at a distance. And the reason why I kept them at a distance because I was afraid to let them see who I was. I was afraid to let them see all my flaws, my failures, my imperfections. I wasn't happy with those things myself, and so I would keep people at a distance. And so therefore, the friends I thought I had weren't really my friends because they didn't know me, because I didn't allow them to get to know me. Sure, I had my wife. Sure, I had my best friend. Those people knew, those two people knew my flaws and my imperfections. But otherwise, I tried to hide as much of myself as I possibly could because I didn't know how wonderful I was. I didn't know how much value there was associated, that I had associated to myself. I didn't know my worth. And so that's why I would try to hide. And getting sober, I learned that I am worth something, that I am a decent person. I'm a good person. I think I'm a pretty good dude. Sure, I got faults and flaws still, but not to the degree in which I thought I was. And so now I'm able to go and meet with people just randomly on a whim in the middle of the busiest shopping day of the year for this mall. Just random strangers, otherwise random strangers, people who I would normally have otherwise never have met in my life, sitting around in the middle of a shopping mall, talking shop, just being happy, joyous, and free, cutting up, laughing, having a hell of a good time, doing everything that I had only dreamt of doing 2.5 years prior in the same fucking place. I was miserable because I didn't love me, and I couldn't let anyone else love me. And my addiction took the feelings of self-value and self-worth away. Like I said, I had two friends that really knew me. Now, I had a couple other acquaintances that knew me. Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, some crazy guy named Wild Turkey. They knew me, but see, they were selfish. Those acquaintances were selfish. They wanted to keep me in their, addiction, if you will. They wanted to keep my undivided attention. And they wanted to keep me distracted. That's what my addiction took away from me. My sobriety, my recovery, showed me that I'm a pretty good dude. That I do have self-value. I do have self-worth. I do have meaning. I do have meaning today in my life, and for that I couldn't be any more thankful. I want to encourage you today. You could have people. You could have some of the best friendships in your life waiting to happen, just by going into a room full of like-minded individuals. The people in the picture that was taken yesterday, every single one of those guys, man, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I would not trade it for the world. I'm not knocking any of my friends before I got sober. No, it's not their fault. It was my fault. But I would never let people see who I truly was, because I never liked who I truly was before I got sober. I never liked who I truly was whenever I was in active addiction. Coming out of my addiction, coming out of my alcoholism, learning to love myself, learning to accept who I was, and learning to be able to walk into a room full of strangers, not having to hide anything from anybody, and learning that people do accept me and do love me for all my faults, my flaws, and all my imperfections. Man, that was the greatest Christmas gift I could have ever been given. That was the greatest Christmas gift I could have ever given myself. I hope that you too this year decide to give yourself that same Christmas gift. With that being said, I'll let you guys go. I hope you guys have a very, very happy and enjoyable Christmas Eve tonight. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. I do have one last thing I want to point out. As of yesterday, I've completed 900 full 24 hours of continuous sobriety. 900 days, 924-hour days of continuous sobriety. And it's just such a blessing. Today is my 901st day of continuous sobriety. I've completed 180 sets of 5 fucking days. Those of you who know will know. And also I was looking today, we've been doing these monologues for over a year now, these video monologues for over a year. And I remember the name of the first one, JD Silent Bob. That's just go back and watch that video if you get a chance. So that being said, I'll let you guys go. Hope you guys have a very happy and safe holiday season. Definitely want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas tomorrow morning. So if you have a topic you'd like to hear discussed, feel free to drop it in Recovery Classroom Facebook group page. We'll take a look. And again, thank you guys for letting me have 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. Come in and share with you this. You guys keep me sober. Couldn't be more appreciative. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.